with the fallout from the 5-year low Raw number on Monday still in the headlines with hopes that it was a one-week aberration with a strong rebound targeted for next week following up one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year before panic officially sets in for the company. The final sell to Survivor Series is set for SmackDown tonight in front of hopefully a much bigger audience than Monday's 4 million viewers on Raw in what turned out to be in recent months a wider viewership gap between two main primetime shows under one company perhaps ever seen in the business, reaching over 2 million viewers in the past week with SmackDown while dropping from the huge opening audience of last Thursday. Still opening strong with an above-average 5.1 million viewers for Edge vs Chavo going 6 minutes in the opening quarter, with SmackDown outside the Edge Guerrero matches set to be built around its top 2 matches for the pay-per-view with all 4 other wrestlers in the 3-team tag titles match on Sunday and 2 separate matches with Eddie vs Mysterio and Angle vs Benoit later tonight, along with the final build-up to the Lesnar vs Big Show feud with legitimate developments happening during the week that will potentially lead to unexpected twists with Lesnar after working through rib and knee injuries in recent weeks, being diagnosed with a torn PCL before also suffering a major rib injury in a house show match against Show days later, playing off the legit injury in the TV angle with Heyman trying to get Brock out of the building due to the broken rib before Show calls him out, starting a show-long angle building to a Lesnar Show confrontation with the injury reportedly taking place on a November 9th house show on Thursday to lead to the next 2 days of the tour which were also scheduled to be headlined by Lesnar vs Show main events, being turned into angles of Show calling out Lesnar to start wild brawls with most of the SmackDown roster involved to give the crowds a show-closing spectacle in the main event while avoiding Lesnar working the actual matches, bringing up questions on it potentially leading to a surprise title change of Show going over on Sunday with consideration for it already reportedly taking place due to the planned Lesnar babyface turn working better with him chasing the title and Show's strong career resurgence in recent weeks with the Lesnar Show feud turning into one of the biggest drawing TV programs since the WWE name change, with SmackDown after the strong start seeing its biggest viewership gain of the night coming between 8:30 to 45 p.m. with an unusual quarter all taking place backstage with several segments going back-to-back with Angle and Benoit, Heyman and Show and the Guerreros against Edge and Mysterio building up the Rey vs Eddie match coming up next, gaining over 500,000 viewers to a 3.6 rating with over 5.7 million viewers. The first ever Eddie Guerrero vs Rey Mysterio match on WWE television kicked off at 8:49 p.m. to go over 16 minutes of TV time through a commercial break, putting on the expected strong performance with Eddie going over in their WWE debut match crossing past 9 p.m. to peak the night at the top of the hour quarter with over 6 million viewers, staying in that range for the rest of the hour to continue SmackDown's massive lead over Raw in the current TV season with another over 2 million viewers gap during both shows' second hours in the past 3 days, and just hours after the Nielsen report came in Tuesday afternoon to reveal the shocking 3.1 rating from Raw. The company had another night of television with a rare Tuesday program in the UPN Super Tuesday TV special to build up the hype for Survivor Series, seeing the 1-hour show which opened with a Benoit, Edge and Eddie 3-way match and ended with a Raw 10-man tag in the final quarter along with a Michaels promo and a Trish vs Torrie bikini contest in the middle, drawing a 2.3 rating with over 3.6 million viewers, gaining throughout the hour to peak with over 4 million viewers in a number almost beating the peak viewership from the previous night on Raw, with SmackDown's second hour featuring several backstage skits continuing the Torrie Wilson storyline while building up to the top match and segment of the night with Benoit vs Angle and Show vs Lesnar coming up in the final half hour. After Edge vs Chavo and Mysterio vs Eddie over the past hour, the third match in the tag title series for the night saw Chris Benoit vs Kurt Angle opening the final half hour with a pre-match confrontation between all three teams, building up the match on Sunday for what is targeted to be the show stealer at the Garden, setting up huge expectations for nothing short of one of the greatest tag matches in history to follow up their pay-per-view and weekly TV work between all combinations in recent months of the now nicknamed SmackDown 6. With Angle vs Benoit, with Rey and Edge and the Guerreros watching at ringside, going 6 minutes, with SmackDown's second hour continuing the unusual viewing pattern, with the entire hour showing just slight movement to remain at the same 3.7 rating with 6 million viewers for all 4 quarters, ending up in a 3-team brawl to hype the pay-per-view match, with Angle and Benoit getting the upper hand to close the build-up, with both agreeing to work together before the expected split, with them targeted for WWE title programs either against Lesnar or against each other, creating an unpredictable situation not only for the tag match but for the entire pay-per-view card, coming off the 3.1 rating on Monday due to Vince McMahon's history of wanting a radical shakeup of the product across the board when needing an urgent spike of interest, all the way from blowing off major angles to changing title holders and debuting top names, with the 2 aces in the sleeve to drive an interest boost, following Sunday being the reveal of the new cage structure and the expected Steiner debut, with him set for his first TV appearance in the company in a confidential cover story interview on Saturday night. Lesnar and Big Show both walked to the ring for the hyped confrontation to open SmackDown's final quarter before the last commercial break, as with Survivor Series being the first pay-per-view built around a Raw match as the clear top headliner due to the new Elimination Chamber concept. Outside the new structure, curiosity, any credit for a stronger-than-expected number would have to go to the top 2 matches on the SmackDown brand due to the record viewership gaps between the brands in the build-up, with SmackDown with only 5 minutes left in the show seeing Lesnar after clashing with Heyman throughout the night, with him refusing to leave the building before getting Show back for last Thursday, calling out Show to the ring to start the brawl with Lesnar after weeks of being dominated by Show to build up the intrigue for the match, getting him back with a strong beatdown while in the process legitimately injuring his arm by aggressively running him into the steps before ending it with brutal chair shots to the head, starting rumors for the following days on potential shoot tension between Show and Lesnar, with both now injuring each other with stiff shots in recent weeks as an added intrigue into the match to close SmackDown with over 6 million viewers heading into MSG on Sunday.